What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now PS Edition. I'm Alex. This video I want to talk about Doom Eternal's battle mode. And I basically kind of just want to give my impressions of seeing IGN's first of it. This went up yesterday around midday, so I think still relatively new. And they showed 12 minutes of battle mode, 2v1 multiplayer gameplay. Now here's the deal. I'm getting Doom Eternal. I'm very, very excited for this game. I'm getting it day one. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know. I knew there were multiplayer elements in it. I didn't know that this is what it was actually going to be. And battle mode looks insanely cool. So for those that don't know, again, it's a 2v1 mode. Two players play as the demon, one player plays as the slayer, and the slayer has to kill both demons before they respawn. So if you take out one, they're going to respawn eventually. You have to take out the other one before that first one respawns. Looks, and you guys are probably watching the gameplay as I'm talking, looks really cool. This is kind of an underrated thing, I feel like, when it comes to Doom Eternal, because you think of Doom, the 2016 version, even if you think of Doom 2020, I guess at this point, Doom is fully, I think, a single-player kind of game. A game you think of for its single-player nature. You know, go into the room, you get the new weapons, you get the new upgrades, whatever, and you just unleash hell, basically, on everybody that stands in your way, right? And they've even put an emphasis on the single-player this time around, saying it's going to be like over 20 hours. It's going to be a very long game. In my opinion, I hope it's not too long. I hope it doesn't feel long. I feel like Doom can definitely, if it does things wrong, feel like it would be stretched out too much. But to be honest, having this multiplayer mode, definitely very cool. A welcome surprise to me, because this looks like a lot of fun. And they talk about like a game of cat and mouse quite often. Seems like it's going to require a whole lot of skill. I hope, in terms of like balancing it, hoping that you aren't facing off against somebody that's vastly better than you, because it's only 3 people, right? One person playing as the Slayer, and they said that it's going to be like fully maxed out. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to have pretty much everything at your disposal, but it's going to still be kind of like a game of chess, a game of really figuring out what works, because there's lots of different strategies to make it work. Again, you have to take both of them out before they respawn, so that takes a bit of work. They can spawn more demons in. There's upgrades and like things that you can unlock in between rounds that make both of you more powerful. So this looks really, like, I didn't really expect there to be a multiplayer mode to this. I only was going into it expecting the single player, but now, like, hey, sadly it comes out like a week and a half or 2 weeks, I think, before Final Fantasy VII's remake, which is probably going to take me away from it for a while. But going into the spring with, honestly, a relatively light load, now that Cyberpunk, now that Avengers, now that all these kind of games get delayed and pushed and just not there anymore, Watch Dogs Legion even, definitely opens up a whole lot more time. But this is a fantastic thing, right? You beat the single player 20 plus hours, and then all of a sudden now you have this multiplayer mode that doesn't seem deep on, like, just, you know, when you first look at it, but I feel like it can definitely be a thing that people get very good at, that maybe kind of evolves to only like the best of the best players playing it, but a game that I feel like if you get good at it, and because it kind of uses, like, they even talked about how, like, you're going to learn a lot of things you're probably going to want to implement in the multiplayer mode. You're going to learn a lot of that in the single player. So I feel like hopefully it's a kind of mode that a lot of people are able to get invested in and able to play, so that it's not only, you know, the best of the best. And again, especially when it's such a small group, when it's only 3 people in all, that really does put the emphasis on all 3 being very, because if you have a really bad Slayer, then it's like, well, the matches are going to be over super quick. And similarly, if you have really bad demons, same thing. And because, again, there's only 3 people, you only need one of those to mess up. You can even tell, like, I don't even play a lot of multiplayer games, but one game I do play is Star Wars Battlefront 2, and even in that, like, heroes versus villains, 4-on-4, but even if you have a really weak, just one out of 4 heroes or villains, your team can suffer pretty greatly just because one person is bad. So in a situation like Doom, with it only being, well, a team of yourself, I guess that's a little bit easier, and then a team of 2, you better hope both of those players are good. So I think the whole matchmaking and making sure that everybody's on a level playing field, I think that's going to be the most important thing to make sure that everything works out well. But beyond that, I think this is going to be a super, super exciting thing to play. I cannot wait to play it. Now that I know that this is actually a thing, it's more videos. I'll be able to make stuff about it. Definitely potential live stream, stuff like that. So guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Did you see this battle mode? Did you know about it before this? I definitely didn't, but I'm sure it probably wasn't a secret. It was just something I didn't pay attention to. But let me know what you think about battle mode. Again, I'll definitely be playing it when the game comes out. Make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you guys hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And I do daily videos on this channel, so every day is a new video. And I hope to see you guys on tomorrow's.